Karrion Kross, aka Killer Kross, defends the NXT Championship against the former Demon King and currently the Prince with an X. Okay. Who's been turned into the Herald of the Fiend, and then they just abandoned what could have been an interesting idea for Finn Balor to be a Herald of a Demon, where he was a Demon King. But that's beside my conspiracy theories. Karrion Kross took on Finn Balor in a NXT title rematch, which was surprising because they're aren't they a few weeks out before In Your House when they want to do a main event there? Okay. I'm like, they don't have a reason not to. I'm like, they get delayed as much as they want, but okay. So naturally, this is a match that will be featured with commercials. Though, surprisingly, it's not as exorbitant like AEW's commercials. Yes, I said something criticizing AEW. Gasp! It's the end of days! So, yeah. They have this big fight feel entrance going on for Finn Balor and Karrion Kross with his gorgeous girlfriend, who also speaks of the end of days. And I believe it because, well, she's much better. She brings more end of days premonitions than Baron Corbin's theme song these days. But yeah, Karrion Kross is defending his title after he won it from Finn Balor at Stand and Deliver, who and then they did a callback with the whole "what took you so long" and whatnot, which were pretty cool. And yeah, I'm just glad they didn't do the generic heel attacks face and whatnot. They just have Karrion Kross be like, "You got something on what, punk?" kind of attitude, which. And I was like, "Oh no, be careful, Vince. You're going dangerously close to the old NXT style, which was do something different." So they were like, "We gotta compensate for this, damn it. Put a match like this on free television." I'm pretty sure that was the plan, since Vince has a love-hate relationship with NXT. He hates it because he doesn't create it anymore, and he loves it because it helped him stall AEW so he can launch contingency plans to set bombs to it, metaphorically speaking. And what we got was pretty crazy. But before we get to that, there is something that Finn Balor did say during the lead up to this. And he talked about his call down back to NXT, and yeah. He revealed that he is hopeful for a main roster return. So he's a masochist. Got it. I'm like, I like Finn Balor doesn't really have much of a reason to go back to WWE main roster shows, the mainstream brand, because they would have nothing for him. They can't do a callback with the Fiend anymore. Bray Wyatt's on break, and I'm pretty sure they've forgotten everything. What made the Fiend so interesting? It made the other characters interesting that he transformed. Sure, the Universal title's there, but it's with Roman, so we can't really give him the belt. So that would suck for Finn. So they can't do that. They're not going to give him the WWE title. They're saving that for Lesnar, most likely. So they're kind of in a, he's kind of best staying in NXT. Although after this, it's like, what else is left for him to do there? He's kind of in a position now where he has virtually nowhere left to go. Because let's be honest, how do you come from this? After losing to Karrion Kross again, like, what can you do? I'm like, do you want to end up like Johnny Gargano and just do stuff in NXT, or do you want to go back to the main roster and risk being back in catering and then contemplate your life choices, or just main event shows and whatnot? Like, he's at that age of what, nearing his 40s. Let me double check. Yeah, he's 39 years old, and it would, like, now I don't know if they would do it. If they would bring him back. I kind of hope they wouldn't, because I don't want to see him go back into catering. He's just too good of a performer to just go back to catering. But like, yeah, I'm just like, I don't know where it's left for him to do in WWE. It's kind of like he's done everything. I mean, like, if he's happy, that's one. But in terms of if he had career aspirations at this point, there's really nowhere left to go. But he's just kind of stuck. NXT might be fun, but it's like, does he want to be WWE champion? But he has to take the risk dealing with a department of people who don't care and don't really like people like him and would screw him over at the first drop of a hat. I'm like, Royal Rumble, maybe he could fight Roman, but then he would just be a placeholder, and people don't really want to see that, I think. But yeah. Apparently, the detour to go back to NXT was not supposed to be as long. He said in an interview, hey, the official came to me and said, hey, we need to know you need a little time to regroup and refocus. We can use your help in NXT. Would you be open to an option of returning there for a little while? Maybe it's 3 months, maybe it's 6 months, but you'll recalibrate your character and then go back to Raw and SmackDown. Yeah, that's a big fat lie. I'm like, if the officials told him that, they're lying, because they're just basically, they should have just told him this. I know Finn Balor could probably try and say it, but considering where he was at the time, probably for the best he didn't. But let's be real. The only reason he was brought back down there, and for the best, was, oh, we need a nostalgic name in order to kick AEW's ass. Just admit it. I'm like, it's like the worst kept secret. Like, I know AEW makes these shots all the time, but come on. AEW is in WWE's head from time to time. I mean, like, if you're hearing reports that are not ringside news saying, oh, WWE thinks that this is the worst thing to happen in wrestling since they went ahead and did stupid stuff. Even when everyone kind of agrees it was just a terrible camera angle and whatnot. I think a lot of people said that. And let's see. And they're trying so hard to make like trying to make this look like they're evil. And then they did the touring thing. Like, originally were set to come back to touring in August. Fox was very forcing of it. And then all of a sudden, AEW goes and announces, we are coming back in July, and we shall tout that we are the first. And then all of a sudden, WWE announces, oh, we're coming back about half a week before they do. So we'll be the first, because we're definitely not petty, vindictive bastards. Please love us. So, yeah. Okay. But back to Finn Balor and Karrion Kross. I know I took a detour, but like, let's be real, there's a ton of detours I could make. This was pretty damn good. A pretty damn good match on their front. And a lot of people, I looked on the Twitterverse. A lot of people were saying this is Karrion Kross's best match in NXT. That Finn Balor gave him his best match to date, which is telling, because he had a lot of good matches so far in NXT before his injury even. I'm hoping we see Gargano. Oh wait, did they do Gargano versus Kross? I don't remember. Yeah, this was just ferocious with them, and then like you almost do believe near the end, during the last 5 minutes, that's where the match really got like, oh, could Finn actually win? Could he become a 3-time champ? And Kross powers out, but then he goes ahead and does a big power bomb in the middle of the ring. Balor and Kross get up at the same time, but Kross nails a clothesline. Kross with a big strike to the corner, and then applies the choke from behind, and Balor starts to fade and go out, and the ref calls the match. They stand tall. We go to replays. Blah blah blah. Kross's Scarlet pose with the title in the ring. However, Finn Balor finally wakes up, hovering over Finn Balor. Balor finally wakes up and starts to recover as Kross and Scarlet look on, and NXT Kross goes off the air because they introduced that logo when Kross became the champ again. It's more like a reintroduction. It's the SmackDown logo from like when they did the 10th anniversary thing. And yeah, like a lot of people were like, this like it's just insane how this match was. Like NXT, when NXT is finally back to doing it, they can show that they were the best brand in wrestling. Also, heading into In Your House, Pete Dunne, Kyle O'Reilly, and Johnny Gargano will fight in triple threat competition to determine who will fight Kross and be the unfortunate sacrificial lamb. So they're screwed. Nice knowing you guys. I'm like, if Keith Lee couldn't do it, I'm pretty sure you have no shot. So, yeah, you're screwed. Time to call it a day, everyone. Time to call it a day. I'm like, Kyle O'Reilly, he'll probably turn into a meme somehow. Pete Dunne would be awesome. Gargano and Kross is something I want to see. I get the feeling they're going to do Kyle O'Reilly, but then that would probably turn... But Adam Cole might factor into this, since they're saying he's still not done there. I mean, like, they could be. I mean, like, if Vince is that desperate. But we'll have to see in the coming weeks. So, Karrion Kross versus Finn Balor, everyone. What did you think of it? Comment below and let me know. But in the meantime, this was the WrestleVerse Neo Reality Entertainment. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and check out my other content in the description below. Stay tuned for more. I'll see y'all next time. Take care, everyone, and have a nice night.